right, here we go. That's not the button. Okay. We should be good now. Hopefully this time this will work. Compared to like last time. Where nothing worked. Yeah. Okay. It's looking good so far. Hopefully our stream health will be good. Orange right now. Let's see. So click. Gotta click some buttons. Okay, I think we're good. Always say that. It's like I'm always never really ready. So we'll have some fun. Hopefully this should be smooth sailing as I hope it will be. But otherwise it should be about good. Okay, that'll bring us in. Boop. Okay, let me make sure everything's good there. Okay. You want to make sure the bubbles on the top are floating. So, welcome. Excuse me. Welcome everyone. I know it's been yep, about a month. Nope, week. There it is. It's been a whole week since last stream. So, situation is that some extended-ish family. Go ahead and do that. So family is coming over. Are still here actually. They arrived like on Monday or yeah Monday night. So they've been here the whole week, and they'll take the plane back on Friday. So right now I just got this little bit of window when they're gonna be outside exploring the city and whatnot. Hopefully not too far. So yeah, so that's why on Tuesday there wasn't any stream because it was too busy and just wanted to help them out, and yeah, there was no time to work with that. So fit this in. So now we're back and we still got Meowth. I can kind of go over what we kind of did, but otherwise, other news is the no spoilers tag is off. So feel free to talk about finale of MLP, anything else you want to talk about with that. Probably want to get into this more until like I've kind of feel my way around here first, and then I'll be able to talk about anything else you want to talk about with the like how I thought about the finale and whatnot. Quickly, I feel I thought it was good. Good finale. Probably not the best finale I've ever seen. The actual finale itself felt a little bit too short. Because like it came after like the hour-long, you know, big Dragon Ball Z battle, and then it's like, oh, let's just, you know, still have like dorkly cute like Twilight at the end. So, hello everyone. Hello to you, Dragon. And Star and anyone else I missed. Mostly just Star there. Alright. So welcome. Yeah, you cried. I was watching it with my parents, so I didn't want to like cry in front of them, but yeah. And it was almost like too comedic that it was like I couldn't really cry too much. It was nice, but I didn't really find myself like, oh, I gotta cry about this. So I felt like the story itself was a little bit, because it was trying to do two stories at once. Never really feels good in 20 minutes. So I felt like that was a bit weird with that. I would like to figure how to do this out though. Want to make the arms, instead of having this be on multiple layers, be just even like two or one layers. Yeah. Need to do apple lock. Exactly. It would have been fine if they just somehow, like at the very end of the hour-long one, just say like, and then everyone was happy ever after, and then have something like that, and just have like pretty much how they had just have the song at the end, and then that could have been it. The apple lock felt like it was just trying to tell everything it's gonna happen, and then what about this guy, and it's like just couldn't fit everything in. So it's like it was weird and rushed from a certain point from that. Yeah. Have a bunch of securities. Yeah, exactly. That was really cool. That was nice because it's like it was able to make the animators just like, yeah, just put every asset we have already and hopefully we'll get them all. And then hopefully satisfy everyone with that. Because then we're like, oh, there's that person, and it's like, yeah, we can't really tell every story. And I think the director even sort of in a way gentrified it. That's like, oh yeah, it's still open for people's interpretation. So that was good too. That they didn't want to close the lid on like every character, because that would have been way too much and probably too much pressure for everyone. And I was like, let's see how to do this though. So I would like to put these ones on top. Then I'd like to convert all these into one symbol. So I'm going to copy it, insert new symbol. You know, paste layers. Now I should have arms now here. Good. Okay. That's what I want, where I want to have everything just be. I thought about it, like the way that I constructed all this was very messy and was more of a way, make it too puppety, that it's like, try to make it more universal, like if I need to do anything else with it, it would have been more flexible, but just to do this particular animation, I feel like might be easier just to, you know, just put everything into like one thing, because it'll be like, that I could just have, instead of having a timeline here be too many layers, I could just have it be one, and then have inside of that, have its own timeline of it doing something inside. It's also because the parenting system didn't actually work either. Parenting system doesn't actually like it if you parent too many things. It doesn't like having multiple childs. So that's kind of funny with that. So get rid of all these, and then we'll have left is just one layer with the whole arm. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting, like the different characters that they chose to be in relationships, but like sort of not really fully explicitly say, but like some of them, yeah. One left more than not to be in relationships, so that was okay. This is right arm. Hi, kitty. Hi, Pedro. Let's see. I'm live, thank you. Hi, Cookie. Working on these Meowth arms, trying to make it simpler so I can actually animate it. So this is arm left. So if I could just take this and just put it on the other side and flip it. Probably what I should have done, but yeah, at the time it was just too much. Because I had to create the puppet and I was like, I want to finish it this time too. And it's like, no. It was not going to work. Okay. But I have less layers, so that's skid in there. There you go. But I also want to redraw the legs or the thighs here. Foot and thigh can also be collapsed, I guess. Maybe not. That'll be okay. More graph. Oh, cool. Tuesday. Well, there wasn't a stream on Tuesday, so it's pretty quiet. Very chill. Probably more chill than it could ever be on here. Let's see. Oh dear. Yeah. I did like play some like emulators at school, like a junior high. It was really weird because like a junior high they had like a library, a nice library, and it was like a bunch of the other kids would, you know, play like other video games on their legit things too, and I was like, oh cool, I'll bring my own emulator too, and then that'll be fun, so I can just play that during, you know, like lunch or something, so I go in the library. But I was, it was weird, because like, it was like, why are these kids, you know, in junior high playing like The Binding of Isaac, and it's like, that seems like an M-rated game, so how are we allowing that, you know, to be on there? Why are we allowing them to play those kind of games? And it's like, and we had a system where all the computers were like in a big box, you know, on a big desk, and they would be able to use them as for research. But these kids would always kind of like huddle together and like be like 4 or 5 of them, and just like all like watch on like 2 different monitors or 2 of them. And so it was like, okay, well I'll do it myself too. This should be fun. I'll have fun, you know, playing any other games. Like I was trying to play like I never really played like the Gen 3 game, so I was like, wanted to play that. But because of the system where the librarian could see a screen of everyone there, of like 20 or so screens, and then say like, oh well, this one's not, you know, on topic, I guess, to research. So I was like, let's just hide or freeze or turn off the screen remotely. So I started playing like for like 2 minutes, and my screen got dimmed like immediately. While the other kids, I would like, you know, go over there and say like, are they still playing? And, you know, seeing like on the other side of the room just like laughing. It's like, they're probably still playing. So it's like, why weren't they able to play? And I just couldn't understand it. Because I'm playing like Knights and like Pokemon game, and it's like, no, they're playing Binding Isaac, which it's definitely like way more violent and everything. It's not super violent, but it's like, man. So I just never understood that whole encounter of like, why were they able, like, well, what kind of, you know, double agenda, whatever you want to call it, where it's like, they were able to, but I'm not. So I was like, it was really weird. So I don't know why. Maybe they were in the gaming class, but I was also in the gaming class, I think, but maybe not that one, so who knows. Maybe they got permission somehow, but then it's like, why would they allow that game? It was the whole situation. I was not too fond of. So yeah. 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 Liza, how you doing? Think about your issues. Nice. It was, yeah, it felt like a slap in the face. It's like, why are these kids able to do it? So it was like, okay, I guess I'll, you know, just kind of packed up and just left, I guess. It's like, okay. Okay, so now we got all that. This is all skull stuff. I could put the foot and the thigh together. I think that might work. Not sure if it's gonna help much, but we can try that. Then we can make, like, instead of 4 layers, we can make this into 2 layers instead. So we'll copy these and do the same thing as we did the arms. Because we, you know, leg combo. Paste them in here. That already exists in their own timeline, so it doesn't matter what I do with them there. They could even be single frame for all I care. Okay. Yeah. If I want to talk about more at the finale, we can do that too. Because I didn't quite finish my thought with that. I was super scared that the finale was going to just be a musical, and so I was pretty happy that the only song was at the very end. So I was super fitting with that. Not that I wouldn't like it if it was a musical, but I just felt like if it's going to be Magical Mystery Cure like all over again, so I felt like And usually with the songs, like, they're Disney-ish, but it's like, I'm having emotion, let's talk about our feelings, kind of a song, and it's like, I don't want to listen to that much. If it's more like a story-driven or somehow more useful to have a song. So that was very good, though. I like the ending song was very appropriate. I like Mario Sunshine. It was like the first 3D Mario game I played. I never had a 64, so like my first experience with like 3D Mario was Sunshine. So I was like, got the first game experience of like, oh, the first one I play is best. So I was like, I just had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, it was like super crazy hard, and it was just like so many shrines. There's shrine sprites. We're just like, I was playing with my dad, so I was like, hey Dad, I can't get the watermelon across the pier to get to the guy on the other side of the beach. Just like, can you do it? I had fun with it. And the end was fine. Last one was yeah, that's kind of what I've been saying. Yeah, I'm sure most people will think about that. I thought the end was really, really like solid. That's a good story. Like, even if no one knows about the rest of the series, I feel like someone can just watch that and kind of get a feel of what it is, because it isn't like, you don't really need to know like the individual characters, I feel like, because it's more just like, oh, Rainbow Dash, she can fly, like she can do the cloud thing, that makes sense, It doesn't have to be like, well, you remembered in this one particular episode, then that happened. Like, there wasn't much of that, so I feel like that was a good, even like starting point in a way. So that was very solid. Definitely. Not seen it yet. Well, I gave you a whole extra week to catch up, so not much more I can really do about it on your end. Let's see. Make sure everything's here. This is leg, leg left. This is leg right. Let's flip these. Boop. Okay. Watch all music for mysteries. That's interesting. Yeah, like a book mystery or audio or TV. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, yeah, you don't want to know about the ending of a mystery. That's good. Yeah, I read like a couple books or stories from Sherlock Holmes when in college. Just got bored and found a PDF of Sherlock Holmes. I was like, I'll read it. All right. So yeah, I didn't really, because it's so from like Watson's point of view, it's like it makes sense in a way that's like, you're not always like in the mind of Sherlock, so it's like, it's pretty fun to like then, because you don't want to be in the mind of Sherlock, because then it's like, oh, you kind of knew everything. Like, as you go, it's like, oh, there's a footprint. Well, that belongs to Mrs. Marple, and then just go through all that, and then it's like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I think that's a good idea to do it like that. But there was like one of them where it was like, Sherlock like leaves and then comes back, and then the whole story is just him recounting to Watson, saying like, oh, I had this great adventure, let me tell you about it. And it was just so awkward, just like reading it. It's like, okay, well, couldn't I have fun like learning the mystery, having fun with what the rest of the story is? And it's just like, then Sherlock's all like, oh yeah, then I figured it out as well. I was like, okay, like Watson didn't have to do anything, or Sherlock just figured it out. So it's just like, wasn't like fun in a way, because then it was like, Sherlock's on his own adventure, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I went to the dock, and then I talked to the guy, and it's like just having his whole adventure. It's just like, I wanted to have fun with it. And then it just kept going until like, when is this gonna get interesting? In a way, because then it's just like, oh, what's the twist of like, ooh, well, if I you know, she's like saying like, oh, I found like his pocket was inside out. That means that he wasn't able to hold the pocket watch, which he said that he had. So maybe he wasn't a liar or something. And it's like stuff like that. Where it's like, just let me have something going on to have fun with, but it just kind of just kept going. It's like not knowing like when the twist or like something where I can figure it out. There's a problem with that, because then it's like you're not able to figure it out because they don't give you the actual clues usually to figure it out in yourself. So yeah, just never really couldn't really read much more Sherlock based on that. Especially if it's gonna be more like that. So exactly, if it's not pulled from nowhere, then it's like, what was the point? Even like junior high stuff, like mystery novels, is like that's not really that's you know, that's not fun. Even like in Portal, you know, the developers of Portal would say like, oh, you got to make sure that everything is inside of the room, and you got to be able to figure out, and it's just more like figuring out like the components of like, oh, put the block on the button, but then the problem is just how do I get the button over to the button. Or put the block on the button instead of, well, what am I supposed to do with this button? And then you're just supposed to look for it, or like something like that, or even worse, like, you know, like you walk through a room and you don't see a block or a button, and then it's like, what am I supposed to do? So you just don't have really much fun figuring it out. Made a video with mystery plot. Yes, I made a Derpy mystery. 3-4 years ago. I kind of had a weird, not sensical ending, so I probably pretty much already broke my own rule with that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I remember like another book where it's like some kind of mystery book. It was like at a house, and it's like you just kind of slowly learn about each of the people in the place, and then it's like, oh, like I started to get into it, and it's like, oh yeah, here's that, no, and stuff would happen, and then the mystery lady would go, oh yeah, now I know what's going on, and it just never really, when things clicked and said like, oh, here's my Sherlock moment of like, I knew everything, it's like, didn't really, it did sort of feel like it just came out of nowhere, or I just didn't take good enough notes to figure out, like, on my own to figure it out. That's kind of happened with, unfortunately, with the spoilers for the Orient Express, where it's like, yeah, that ending didn't really justify itself to be a big mystery. It was just like, oops. I don't want to say it, but it's like, man, that was a weak ending. He spent like 300 pages just like narrating thing down. It's like, okay, well, you're a German, so maybe, you know, you might have like had the napkin might have had the initial on it. That must be in German or something. That must be what that means. And it's like, nope, that might have, you know, happened, but it's just like, okay. It's like the most, yeah, cop-out ending ever. It's like, whoops. Anyone could have done it, and I guess everyone did. It's like, cool. All right. Yes, exactly. It was fun, but it's just like, yeah, because I think I probably watched maybe like half of the movie. Somehow I just kind of caught it in the middle of TV. And it's like, oh, I'll just read a book. Like I read Orient Express also in college. A lot of like light, because I'll be like waiting for like my dad to pick me up after college, because I didn't have a driver's license back then. So I was like, I need dad to pick me up. So I was just like waiting in the library, different library from the junior high one. And just kind of just read books. It was really fun. Let's see. Let's put these up like that. But yeah, just like like you want to like learn is like, okay, like it's fun like profiling people to figure out like a Phoenix Wright where it's like, you know, well, this person might have been lying or has an alibi, but we know that you might have been there because of this other thing that might have been happening, and some other counter evidence to say like, oh yeah, like you were there, instead of the anything else like that. I don't know what I'm thinking of exactly. That's googie. Yeah, I remember don't give a pancake to a moose or something like that. That was really fun. Phoenix Wright is great. I played all the games. I'm in halfway of the last game. It's more like a airplane game, so I don't really get to play it too often. Yeah. Oh, what's Foundation? Is it like a book or a video game or something? Boop. That makes it a little bit easier to animate now. So I can just don't have to worry about too many things now. Okay. Less layers are better too. Just going whoop. Okay. Legs must be adjusted. Let's see. So here. And then here's that. And then there's that. Probably should actually make these like that. And you just get rid of these. Okay. So PC port. Okay, it's a video game. It is all a little funny mission runs. Remember like in the 90s, like being kind of into what's the one where an island point and click? Mist. Yeah. Oh, okay. Phoenix Wright, yeah. I really like Mist. That was really fun. Never got into like the any of the sequels or anything. And finish his book. Book by Asimov. Oh, cool. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Legs are up. We're almost there. We almost got this one motion. I have to redo a couple things. Boop, boop, boop. Exactly. Play the first part of mystery. Yeah, there's a lot of like pipe puzzles. Like I was not good at those. Or like you have to go from like one room and that'll have like some kind of schematic and walk all the way across, and it's like there's a bunch of pipes and it's like, oh, you're supposed to just figure it out by going back and forth or writing it down or something. I didn't really like that. And just like single room, just like put the block on the button, you're good. Not about as, you know, walking all around. Boop, boop, boop. Did I see Derpy last one? Ponytail sounds cute. All I remember is that she was in like the last like big like splash screen of every character, and she was like, whoa, or like she was delivering mail. I did like my YouTube profile banner on my YouTube, where it's like she has like mail coming out of her bag. I was like, did they get it from me? Who knows? It's not just a regular thing that happens. I just don't remember if she actually made an adult appearance. Probably didn't see that if that was a thing. But I remember like in the newspaper, I thought she like had a thing. I thought she had like a. She was in the newspaper, and I thought she had like a crown on. So I thought she was like some kind of royalty or something like that, like Queen of Muffins or something. I thought that was it. It was pretty small on the TV, so I couldn't see it. Okay, I think we're good with here, so I think I can move on, finally. That's where the shop's at. Yeah, I'll have to look at it again to see exactly what that was. How that was. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what led me to think like, oh, she has a crown with a muffin, so it's like, oh, she must be that. Okay. Picture maybe she opened it bigger. That'd be cool. Yeah. Obviously not to say like for certain, but I think I'll just keep, at least my next video is still set before the time jump. I think I'll just kind of set things for that, because there's not much really to go off on in the future. I think it's just more sad, excuse me, just more sad to think about them just all getting older. It's like, I don't know. Look at the mouth open up. Yeah. There'd be fun, there might be fun, some fun stories, but I'm just so used to what I already have, so it's like, I don't know. I just don't want to move on. You can see a picture of what edge it is. Goes from there to there. Ovally, tongue. Okay. There to there, and then oval, and then tongue. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was just having trouble just coming up with stories in the first place, so I don't think having less to go off on canonically will be able to really figure it out. Yeah, yeah. And someone made that edit. That was on the question daily of like editing the last problem to have like the main 6 not have bags on their eyes. Which is pretty impressive when you think about it. It's just like going through each frame and like trying to erase basically just like one symbol. There's having a little problem with this line here. Yeah. Can I get it now? There we go. So that was pretty interesting. Just watching that going, huh. Just the technical difficulties of that is just impressive. Because obviously if you have like the actual assets and like the actual show, then it would be very easy to just like remove, you know. Because like with my puppets, it's like, oh, I'll just need a cheek symbol and just set that to like default or delete it. So to have someone do that with like effects is impressive. This is gonna be pretty purpley and then pinky-ish color. Keep it in this range. Maybe this range. Let's see. That's pretty good there. And then pinky there. And then put it underneath. And then mouth. Ha! Okay. Not get better, right? You did the weird yeah. Obviously, it wouldn't be much more trouble than. Because the problem is, you know, DHX and everything wants to make it more like very user-friendly of like not really having much leeway than what they say to do. So if you say like, oh, well, I would like, well, like one character to have like bags, but then like in the next shot, like another animator wouldn't know to do that. So it would be that kind of conflict that I probably want to not have. So, like I know they want to make like builds of like every time something changes, like in season 1 they would have, you know, if Twilight needs to be like in the mud, and then in the first episode she gets covered in mud, they would have to like build a nice like reference sheet and say like, okay, well now here's Twilight, and then we'll just add like symbols on top and say like, here's a bunch of mud here and here, and then do a nice turnaround of that, and then show that, and then it'd be all made in Flash already. So I just kind of just copy that whole puppet and then put it into the scene. It's like, there you go. So it's like, removes the continuity errors from that. So I find that pretty interesting that they want to, that they usually go that way. And then, yeah. Let's see. Anything else? Hi, everyone. Hi, Yoshi. That's me. Hi, Bradley. Yeah, let's see. Let's animate this. Let's get the skull again. Skull's there. Not between yet. Then that, and then body probably needs to be a little bit think that'd be good. But basically just scroll that down a little bit. Do the next pose of it going, ma, and then it'll close again. It's pretty faster to do 100% out. What was it talking about? All I see is short messages now. What's up with Meowth? This is the Galar Gigamax form of Meowth. So this is all official, at least all this is, of a new version of Meowth. So when you give it a Gigamax, when you make them real tall. Yeah, to be in Sword and Shield. So I was like, I gotta make something with that. It'll be fun. Try to make it like the first day, or like the first day after it came out. Yeah. Everyone loves Long Cat. So that's fun. I'm gonna make it more extreme. Probably make this a little bit. So I can make this go down a bit. And then it'll go boop and then up. There we go. Ah! Let's make that faster, making less frames there. Less frames there. Resync. Ma. Okay. You want to spoil one? Oh, great. Yeah, totally. I think I got more into it than Diamond and Pearl. My first game was in my first game was Platinum. It's the first thing that I got like Diamond, or might have got Pearl for as like a rental. Yeah, my dad actually wanted to play Pokemon, so I was like, oh, but I want to play it. So I played it for like a couple hours and got to like the first city and everything. Had fun with that. And then so I gave it to Dad, and then he don't know if he actually played it too long, but he eventually got into it more. So now we all play. My mom also really likes Pokemon Go. We all like to go out and go. Yeah, just making a nice, you know, outside adventure kind of thing. So we just all just hang out and just go to like a park or downtown and just play Pokemon and go. Oh man. Don't want to spoil this Pokemon TV show. The anime, yes. There's not really much to spoiler. Pokemon. Trying to think if there are any like big plot points. Well, I guess at the end of Lola there is, but I haven't really watched that. I just heard like in the news of that. They got something big to look forward to with that. Yeah. Usually I just kind of just watch like the anime for like maybe like even like the half of like first like season, which would only be like the first year or so. And then I would just kind of just fall out of it, because then it kind of gets a little bit repetitive, and it's like I just can't keep watching too much of that. It's like, how many times can it go to like a ghost house or just be in the forest? Ugh. Don't get me started on those ones where it's like it's been like half a season just like here we are in the forest. What hijinks are we gonna? Oh, it's a cliff. Oh, we fell off. Oh, we got split up. Oh no, Team Rocket. Whoa! And that's like every other episode. Just like Okay. I'll see you, Padre. But then scare you off by the mild spoiler, and I'm not sure. See ya. Anime movies. Oh, the movies they always have like bigger budgets, so that's pretty good. Pretty good to do with that. Man. Let's see. So we got like that far with that. And then let's have some time to then I'm gonna Go down, and then just go back. Have to be 60-ish frames. So bop, boop, boop, boop. Pretty much like that. Okay. Molly Hill. Not sure what exactly that is. Is that an anime character? Whoop. Let's see. So this probably needs to be adjusted a little bit with this body. At least make it so it's not that kind of awkwardness. Because then it kind of goes whoop whoop and then whoop. Not sure why it kind of goes like that. Not sure what that motion is. Hopefully you don't mind that. Now that I pointed it out for you, you won't see it. Oh, in one of the movies. Yeah. Okay. Is that the third movie? I think I watched. Hopefully, I definitely watched a lot of them. I watched the newer ones, like the reboot. When I was in Japan in like a couple years ago in 2017, it was like in August, so it was like pretty much near to like a little bit after the premiere date of the pretty much the reboot movie, whatever that was called. It was like Pokemon Go or Let's Adventure or something. Yeah, that was really fun to go like a Japanese movie theater and just watch Pokemon. It's like, yeah. So it's like, oh, it's like, oh, right. It's like, oh yeah, he's Satoshi, and then other characters, and it's like, it was like, you know, still made for kids. So it's like we had the language barrier, but it's still like I know pretty much what's going on. And they redid a bunch of the original first season, like, first season stuff. So it was like really fun to like, oh yeah, remember that one episode 20 years ago? It was like the 20th anniversary movie. So it had like a bunch of references, pretty much a reboot to the original series. So that was like really fun. Because that didn't really need to be, you know, language barrier figuring out. It was just at the very end where like there was some bit with like Pikachu. So it was like, I wanted to know what was going on with that. So, otherwise it was really fun because it had like other characters in it. A lot of like Sinnoh Pokemon, so I don't know if that was like supposed to be like related somehow to like a future like Diamond and Pearl remake, which I would love. I know like everyone was like super hyped about the Gen 3 remake. I'm gonna be all about the Gen 4 remake. That's good. That's gonna be for me the most nostalgic experience I'll have. I'm in so many happy place with that. Can't wait for that. So tough motion of getting the body. Okay, so I have to get the body to do that motion. I did have to do the body motion, then have the body just follow it later. I think that might be easier. So I was gonna give her all of that, and then just focus on getting the body now to follow that. Okay, so let's figure that out. Got some time for that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I like the Pokemon Forever. That was really fun with Latios and Latias. Anyone figure out the movie I was trying to figure out what the name of that was? The 20th anniversary movie called? Yeah. It's gonna happen, but it's like, when is it? And now it's gonna be on the, hopefully on the Switch, so it ought to be even more pretty. So I'm happy about that when that'll come. So let's see. How to do this? I think I'll just see if I can just delete it and then draw this shape, and then I'd have to make a bunch of sketches of it and then finalize the art of it, because whatever this is going to be, it's going to be really complicated. Okay. First Pokemon movie. Yeah, Mewtwo. That was really good. See most of them. Yeah, they're really fun. They're like more fun than you'd think they would be, you know? It's kind of like, oh, it's just a Pokemon movie. Like, what really can they do? Like, based on the regular animated show? It's just like, yeah, they're just gonna be, you know, just twerps, and then it's gonna be Team Rocket, and then they'll have a monster or some kind of invention that'll say, like, oh, we got you now. Might have to do it like this, maybe. Where I want it to be like that, and then it's gonna go over here. Gonna reverse. Pretty much get my keys in so I can do this right. Boop, boop. You're just gonna make sketches, and I'll fill it in later. And then I need to make this more over, or at least closer, and then let's see. So then it'll be the other way, like that. Could be a little bit shorter. Come on, like select a bit, select a bit, select a bit. Okay. Well, alright, but philosophy. Yeah, that whole Meowth speech was something. Yeah, because it probably wasn't just like a. Because it's like, well, why are they fighting at the end? It's just like, probably just to make parents like feel like, oh yeah, now you're learning a lesson instead of just mindlessly trying to think like, oh yeah, violence is no good. Because I'm sure like that was a big outcry with that, with the Pokemania in the beginning. It's just like, this isn't right. Whoop. And let me just reverse it again. Like that. How tall was the beginning? All the way right there. So boop, boop. It's lower than I think. I thought it was really good. They always have like the best animation budget. I'm always impressed with that. I think they even like re-released it or something where they had better CG effects. So that was really cool. A lot of digital clouds were interesting. It was worth it to see those enhanced clouds. Probably has better physics or something. I don't know. But yeah. Otherwise, it seemed like they'd really do. I think one of the newer ones where it had the carnival city, like that was really impressive. Just from a technical, like wow, you can render so much now. Almost there. It's almost like just playing a game. So like, well, why can't that city be in the game? It's like, it's really cool. Okay, and then pretty much like that, and pretty much that's it. Where then it will be like that. So it'll be woo woo. So this could be fast, and then like that. And it'll go back. So that might have to be on 2s, so then that might have more stuff in it. So let's try that then. I don't know about think about like the remake, what was I saying? The use of like combining 2D and 3D. Obviously my movie, which I'm still working on, is gonna be like that. It's definitely adds much more to the backgrounds, like the MLP movie, where it's like it just adds a lot more, where it's like you can add more depth and you don't have to think about much more about like having certain angles. But obviously when you do it wrong, then it looks really wrong. The ones where it's like The early 2000s were just really bad because I always had like lower budgets of like just get something out, and it's technology at the time were just like man, my background should be better than those movie. Yeah. Ghost in the Shell looks nice. Cool. Yeah, my movie will be something. I'm trying to keep it. It's interesting, like with After Effects, there's a way to make it so it doesn't have any shadows with your 3D stuff. So it'll look whatever you input it as. So it's like that's exactly the look that I want to have. So it's just like perfect of like, yeah, is what I want it to be. Where it'll look like, it's weird because it's like without, well, I'm trying to use After Effects because I don't know how to use Blender back then, so it's just like yeah, but After Effects you can't really, I kind of figured out a way to like warp it or like, you know, take a piece. Everything's like in layers, so it's like having just a bunch of like pictures, but then you can just set the depth of all of them. So it's just like trying to figure out like how to set the depths of everything without it being weird. Without everything being like too off, you know. So I like it to be still. The problem is I wanted to make it look like it's still part of the regular show, like, or the regular style that I already made of all like all my backgrounds are already very flat looking and kind of look like the show. So it's like if I do anything like actual 3D, then it's gonna be fairly noticeable, I think. So I've just got that After Effects will keep it still look like, you know, this kind of art where it's like it won't look like any kind of, you know, post-processing or like anything like Minty Root or other people would, you know, add some extra layer on top, or like just the base of having it be 3D makes it, you know, look different. So I'm pretty happy with most of the 3D that I'm working on now. This obviously won't be too perfect, or like, because I'm still like using like 2D picture building blocks, so they're not going to be they're not going to look like, you know, actual, like if I need to make like there's some stairs and stuff that I need to do, like stairs will be actually pretty easy, but like more organic things will actually kind of work pretty well because my style is trying to be pony but also like Paper Mario style. So it's like in a way it actually works, because when things, I have like a, you know, you saw the train scene in my like year-old live stream where it was like try to imagine that, but like having the whole train car, you know, have like a floor and then a wall would be at 90 degrees and then pan through it, and it's like I don't have to worry about parallax because I just have the camera move across and it's like perfect parallax, so I don't have to dawdle with the calculations of all that to make sure that, oh, like, well, the tree is like 50 feet away, like how fast would it mean if I had to move the camera across, how far would the trees move? So it's like, yeah, just put it in real 3D space and then just move the camera across, and it's like, yeah, it's perfect. So stuff like that is nice, as well as just having it set to be an art style that's like rewards it being 2D in a way. Because also like the MLP movie was using like an extra filter on top, like it was like Photoshop filters on top, or some kind of artist afterward adding like the post-processing stuff on top, you know, like the gradients or extra bits or other shiny bits or something. That's why I bought it. It looks a little bit off because it's like it's not 3D models as the final step. It like has something on top of it, like some kind of brush or some kind of filter on top. So it's like we want to think like, oh, it's kind of 3D, but it's also like not. So it's trying to trick us of like not really knowing what really it is. So it's like it's almost like Uncanny Valley with that. Just with like just thinking about the airship. That's why no one really liked it, because it's like something uncanny was about it, because like it's supposed to be 3D, but it has a texture or some kind of quality that otherworldly or something. So hopefully with mine, I'm not really doing anything like that. At least not yet. There's some intense scenes, at least scenes where some important stuff will need to be done, where it's much more important to get things done. That looks like that. So yeah, like there'd be like big backgrounds or stuff that'd be more complicated to do it in 2D or just try to figure it out. So that's why I'm trying to like limit it to just being like the big, or like anything where it's like a big camera shot where it needs to have something that looks like that. So yeah, sorry, Russian person. We like to have it in English in here, so we can all understand each other easily here. So let's translate. That was a working movie. Can't remember being looking at that part where they run from the big wheelie thing. Was pretty bad. Yeah, I remember that part. It was probably because the wheel might have looked either too realistic, because like you want to have the obviously because it's like a cartoon, so you want everything to look all squishy and like marshmallowy, like the characters. But then if you just add like a realistic, like mechanical something, then something's not gonna look right, you know, about it. Something like that might have happened. I just don't remember exactly how exactly it looked. So it was like something like that, where it's just like trying to mix two different styles in a way, where it's just like realism with like 2D animated, you know, colorful marshmallow horses, and it's like that doesn't match. You know, our brains are like that doesn't look good for some reason, and it's like probably just a mishmash of like the different art styles just weren't like cooperating right. And whatever else they add to post-process afterward as well. If they make the wheel like add some kind of filter on top, I'm keep using that because I'm not sure what exactly they're using. Like if it's like the Spider-Verse, you know, kind of a style where they'd use like Photoshop and like draw on top of their 3D to then add the extra bits on top. So what's the issue? Okay then. Why are you watching this stream at 3 a.m.? Where are you? Where do you live? I'm free now. I know some guys, you know, they have a guy in my animation group who like gets off work and then he starts streaming, you know, at like my time, like 8 or 9 p.m. and it's like I need to watch this for, you know, to work to make sure everything's going smoothly, but I just can't, you know, watch it in my time. I have to watch it at some other time, watch it streamed or VOD or something. Hey, you live in Europe? I didn't know that. Oh man, sorry about that. I might have learned that, but then it's like I don't care that time or something, so I'm sorry about that. Oh no. Yeah. The family that, you know, the people that came over for our trip right now, they just live like cross-country, so I'm not really thinking about too worldwide right now. Let's see. See if I can convince this to turn that way. Okay. I think the form and volume of this will probably shrink or something, but that's pretty good though. As long as it's close enough. Oh, that didn't have the thingy. Get rid of it. There we go. Boop. Okay. Yeah, it's gotta get smaller or something. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That, whoop, whoop. Yeah, that gets too small. So I can hopefully exaggerate this or just make it somehow bigger this way. Let's see. I have to work on this. Oh no, it's end time now. I didn't finish it. Gonna finish this bit and then we'll have to finish this actually next time. That was a good progress on this. I got the most of my simplification done, so that's good. Okay. So I have to flip that and then just do a couple more of these. Oops, get rid of the actual line. There we go. Okay. Oh, that makes more sense. That versus in Europe. That, yeah. Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Okay. Yeah, I thought legit lived in Europe, so sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. There's too much to worry about. I'm sorry. It's too much pressure. Let's see. W grade. I just know how to. Oh dear. Okay. Glad we're clearing this all up. Okay. We'll go to Toaster Talk once I finish these. Might as well finish this as we go. Looks like a couple more. Not too bad. So then I can update you on anything else I got. Can make it smaller. And then this goes away. Come on. A little shadow then got it. Deleted again. That's not gonna be fun. As long as they stay consistent to each other, I think it'll be okay. Like, they don't have to be like on model the whole time, but as long as the actual motion of itself seems on model, then I think that'll be more good. Okay. This isn't as wiggly as I thought it was gonna be. So, okay, look back. Okay. Could be more. I always want to see, like, even the video I'm trying to work on now with the Halloween video, it's like I want to make it more. Every time there's a part where it's like I want to push it, but then it's like figuring out the budget of it. At least the time and effort of doing it has to outweigh the time it takes to do it, though. What I'm trying to say is if there's like something where it's like it kind of gets in the video, it kind of gets a little bit too stiff, or like not much is happening, or like there's emotion to it, I like to see if I can make it more extreme or have something more physical happen. There's always something I want to do. Or like if Derpy needs to do, you know, if she needs to like fly from A to B, like can she like if I animate and go, well, that's good, but it's like, well, couldn't she do like something else that'd be more fun? Trying to make things more interesting or entertaining. That's what I'm trying to find out now. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, just kind of just go ahead and go, okay, I just need to... What's going on? Probably should end this then. Get new notifications going on. Okay. Okay. See you, kitty. This is getting way too small now. Let's see. Tozak is official. Yes. I've been saying it like on my regular basis too. It's like, oh, I gotta, like, after trying to explain my streams to people, it's like, yeah, after I do my streams, like I do my little toaster talk, and it's like trying to explain what that is. Like I have a little desktop background of like toasters flying across, and I just kind of keep rambling because I'm good at that. You guys know I can ramble. Oof. We'll have to clean this up later as well. It's gonna be pretty tricky. Yeah, and that looks nothing like that, so that's fun. I could just steal this and just say like, oh, it's over here now, and then so like that's shorter, and then it goes up. So I'll have to clean this up a little bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So that'll be that. Okay, so now we got that, we can clean that up. For next time, we'll also have to do the clouds that go around me off as well as the tail. And if there's anything else I see will be useful. We can play it again though. See what we got. Meow, and then it's supposed to go back down. So we simplified it, and then we got the mouth, and then that little motion there. So good. That was good. So hopefully next time we'll might have to do some cooking. Get this cooking while we're gone, and then we'll try to see if we can finish it on next Tuesday. So hopefully I'll have more time than now. So yeah, go to Twitch so I can see if there's anything else news related to do. So let's see. Okay. Boop. There we go. Welcome to Toast Talk. Let me get a look at this. Yeah. Okay. What's this video? Oh, cool. This is oh, Led Zeppelin. Oh, cool. Okay. I'll listen to that later. Let's see. Anything else? I have to go back. Anything cool? Yep. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, so news is, well, I kind of said at the beginning that little family visiting, it will there's no good way to say like, oh, they're leaving, or they'll be out of my hair. It's just like they'll go on their own time on Friday late. So next week we'll have obviously more time and more fun. The other news is that the Halloween video is, I keep going back and forth of being on time with it and not, or I'll be a little bit behind, or on Tuesday I wouldn't have time to work on it. So it's just I don't know exactly when it'll get done, but hopefully next week is a good estimate. The Halloween video should be done hopefully before Halloween. That'll be good. At worst, that'll be done on Halloween, and then worst will be in November. So I wouldn't want that. So yeah, I kind of keep going back and forth with whether I'm ahead or not. The problem is I keep having more and more ideas. So like I have a shot where it's like, oh, like nothing's really going on with like a specific time motion, and it's like, well, let's just have her like do a spin, and it's like, oh, that's more work. Woo. So hopefully it'll be, there's still like 40-50 seconds left that I haven't done, and I'm only like halfway. This is gonna be like a 2-minute video, so like I'm freaking out that just, I think most of the hard stuff and assets and making characters, because out of Halloween I have to like a whole town's worth of ponies, so it's like that is probably like really front loaded. So hopefully the ending bit is a little bit softer in terms of stuff, so hopefully that'll be quicker to produce, so I'll be able to just whip the last half out easier. So let me see if there's anything else with you guys. Yeah, we'll be partying soon. Thank you. The sunshine's great. Anything else? Let's go back to your stuff. Okay. Lucian. Okay. The Meowth will probably I would like it to be. I would say like I thought the Meowth one was gonna be done, you know, last Tuesday. So yeah, it'll get done when it's done. I think most of the hard part is done. The hard part is usually just making the puppets and making the art. Sometimes the animation only take like, you know, not too long. It's just like, you know, as we saw, like that wiggly wobbly body had to be pretty much hand animated. So that'll take a while, but most of the other time it's just like, you know, with the mouth animation that then takes too long. So hopefully more quick things like that, and then that's pretty much it. Meowth just has to go back to get everything down into the swash mode, and then that'll just start the loop again. Excuse me. So that'll be it. How long that'll take in live stream time, I'm not sure, but hopefully quick. Because then we don't have to worry about it. Because we could have a stream on Halloween. That might be fun. That'll be before most of the kid trick-or-treaters should come, so I probably won't be ding dong to death with that. So yeah. Okay. Anything else? That's it. Thank you. Where it says here is only if it was never night. Oh, cool beat. Thank you. Russian name, I believe. Or you were from Ukraine. Thank you for the cool animations. Okay. Yeah, I only stream for like 1 hour. Yeah, it's kind of in and out. You know, it's like it's not intro you for long. I know the Twitch streamers, you know, the professional Twitch streamers in quotes would you know, stream for like how long? Like 8 or 6 hours a day or more. And it's like I just don't see myself like be able to talk that long. I always have like some kind of water just so I can hold my throat. You know, even like 10 minutes in, and just like I can't talk longer than that. I got other stuff to do though. So yeah. Just do this quick so I can work on my other stuff. So yeah. Probably want to power this up. Power this down, and then probably just hang out. The family is out now, so it'll probably be coming back home pretty soon, so probably should wrap this up. So yeah, streams will continue. I'm sorry about the... It's not much I can really do about that Tuesday, so... future streams should be hopefully smooth sailing. We'll see about how long this Meowth will take. Meowth should only, in theory, only like 1 more stream, but that's if I do all the checklists and what I want. Anything else I see? So, yeah, okay. Any lasting thoughts, and then I'll finish this up. I think I talked about everything. Yeah, there's not much more. Talk about the movie too. That was really fun. Reminds me to actually get back on working on that. I've not worked on the Derpy first movie in several months. It's a shame that I have to prioritize everything else in front of it, but it's gonna take the longest, so it's still not done. So I would like to. I might have to stop making, you know, primary Derpy videos just to get the movie done. So hope you'll forgive me that I have no plans for November for regular upload. So I want to work on just commissions and the movie. So there'll be more stuff done and more actual videos more done if I get everything else with the commissions going. Commissions shouldn't take too long in theory. Maybe like every week I can get a video out. So I think that'll be more fun because I can show like, oh yeah, I worked with this other guy, and then you can follow more people than me. Well, that'd be fun. So, oh dear. I won't get into that, but for Mario games. I like Sunshine. I mean, it's not. I mean, like, what Mario game don't I like? It's more of a question. Well, Paper Mario Sticker Star. I don't like that. I'll end it on that. I hate Sticker Star. Okay, see you guys. I'm actually gonna end it now. Okay.